Coach, thanks. As mentioned, we are on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. It's sold out Heinz Field in the Steel City. They love the black and gold here in the Steel City. And a few moments ago, their Steelers emerged from the Heinz Field tunnel. They're set. We're set as the Steelers are ready to do battle with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. Shifts by him. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Quick, 280, 25, 25.
It's going to be a long day.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. He'll buy some time right. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
How about that, taking a deep shot on the first play of the game. Obviously wanting to set a tone by pushing the ball downfield. Just came up incomplete.
Throwing again on second and 10. Wilson, he will find the rookie from Ole Miss. That's DK Metcalf.
Wilson's pass complete to DK.
And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really say? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And the Seahawks first down.
Hey, alert!
198.
On first and 10, it's Wilson. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. A good pickup there at 20 yards.
Let's go. Let's do it.
And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Steelers' 12-yard line.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check.
Hey, 0. 19.
Now it's Carson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
Here we go. 198. Watch 98.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks take the ball down the field and score on the opening drive. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0.
Seahawks 7, Steelers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a first and 10 at their own 21. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got this complete to Ryan Switzer. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and a yard at the 30-yard line.
Check.
This is a guy who made a Pro Bowl in his second season, James Conner. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense.
Block 80!
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Hey, alert!
From the gun on third down, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Seahawk football, first and 10.
18-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice and meetings talking about...
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Jaron Brown, 82 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents. We've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He's on quite the interception run. He had 2 last week, another one here. Remember, he's not a DB, he's a linebacker.
But how many of those linebackers started as DBs and pumped themselves up into being linebackers? So the ball skills are the same, right? The coverage skills and responsibilities are the same, and he is paying it off in a big, big way.
Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So after the run for no gain, here's second and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Forced out to his left. Oh, he just needed to throw it away, but instead, out of bounds he goes, and that's a sack. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. Yeah, the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left and no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the 2nd quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
Now it's Roethlisberger. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. To throw on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. This one complete. Right side to McDonald. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. That went into the hands of his tailback, Samuels. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining up? What can he do? What kind of damage can he do to us downfield? And who can match up with him without weakening our overall defense? You're exactly right. It's a tough task to match up to him.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Roethlisberger now to throw on 3rd down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 26. Play fake to Connor. Now Roethlisberger. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, Connor looking for space. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Black 20.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
I'm here all day. I'm here all day.
He'll try and run forward with Connor. And he'll have the 1st down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Roethlisberger. Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Dante Moncrief. His first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Spinning past him. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
From the 29, Wilson steps away to his left. Left side complete to Lockett. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 44-yard line.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Here's Wilson to throw. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
Now Wilson on first down. His throw caught right around the 6. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
380.
You got nothing to
They'll toss it out to Carson. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
36 power.
On 3rd and goal, Wilson. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about, and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Steelers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And they work this well upfield across the 45. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway.
Come on now, let's go.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them.
Right there.
From the 30 on second down, Roethlisberger. On the left side, it's McDonald. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. To throw here, Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Play action. It's Wilson. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally.
Now Carson fumbles the football. Call it luck or skill, whatever the case is, they're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill. Boy, the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or your teammate gets it, just as long as you retain possession, that's all you're looking for.
Being chased out left. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Looking to throw again on second down. Roethlisberger. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
I think someone's going to get into QB1-0 when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
We're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Returnable for Lockett. And, a little spin cycle. Room to run now. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
At their own 46-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He's going to look deep down the field. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And he takes it down deep into Pittsburgh territory. It's a big play there for Seattle. 42 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. This is Carson. Oh, good move at the 10. They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press.
And he will not be denied. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Chris Carson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Myers connects on the PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Michael Dixon set to kick off.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes.
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, Just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Jack 16. Hey, Stu.
57. I got it. 57's the mic. 57's the mic.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
57's the mic. Mike 57.
Watch the screen. Why they check?
Here's Roethlisberger to throw. And he's got Moncrief. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now this throw, it's complete. It's Moncrief with it. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And that is incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And it's 3rd down. So 3rd down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first.
Hey, Delta.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
Ben to throw again. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Dante Moncrief with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead down to 20. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
First down and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Kill.
They run again with Carson. And he loses the football a second time. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but the other team doesn't get it. That's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Michael Kendricks coming in to drop him. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Roethlisberger will throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McDonald. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Roethlisberger. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Under 4 to go now as they come up on second down. Now Roethlisberger. And McDonald here over the middle. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Ryan Switzer, the one he was looking for, but it'll be second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10, it's Roethlisberger once more. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Xavier Grimble, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point put through by Boswell. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard. They'll keep it on the ground. Carson. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up first and 10. Meanwhile, here a run on first down really backfires as he's going to be brought down well behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Second and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. On second and 15 now. Wilson, the rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver. And that'll make it third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Hey! Check my 50! Check 50! Hey, easy. Check.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. He got 29 yards that time. Elsewhere, fourth quarter score now from Baltimore. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win would be their second on the young season. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. DK Metcalf. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So now a 2-point conversion attempt coming for Wilson and the Seahawks. Again, Wilson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense. Right?
That's true. You've said that before. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he'd taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once.
He's got a man. Complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Now a desperation throw deep down. It got his man complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Juju Smith-Schuster, 44 yards. And the Steelers are able to close the gap just a bit. They come out here in the eye. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. And they'll turn to a power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. Roosevelt Nix, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Boswell good with the extra point. So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Mike's 50.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. The linebacker Ryan Shazier there to make the tackle.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here, 3rd and 14. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, they'll fall to 1-1.